Welcome to the Gospel of Ben channel. If you hear wind in the background, I apologize. Those storms are moving through today. But I wanted to talk today about the Smith & Wesson Shield EZ. I have two different varieties here. This one was a gift. This one is my wife's. And the reason I bring them up is because these are a great option for somebody with a weaker grip, maybe somebody elderly with arthritis, or maybe even a female, because some females have a hard time racking the slides. So that is the 380 model. This is the 30 Super Care. We will talk about the differences here in a minute. They are both unloaded. We'll keep the safeties on just for you guys. And let's talk about them a little bit. So the 30 Super Carry, without the light, of course, weighs 23.6 ounces. It is a little over an inch long. It's a little over 5 inches in height. The 380, on the other hand, is 18.5 ounces, the same dimensions, width and height. And that's mostly because of the manual safeties that stick out. The 380 holds 8 rounds. The 30 Super Carry holds 10 rounds. And they are both classified as micro compact. I've always told everybody that these are the polymer 1911. And for you guys that are 1911 fans, you're going to be up in arms about that. But in a lot of ways, that's true. If you like the 1911, but you want something light, this is a decent option. If you could find a caliber that you like 9mm or 30 Super Carry or 380. And the reason I say that is because it does have the beaver safety, the beaver tail safety. It does have the manual safety, right? And so that is two things that you normally see on a 1911. It even has the same grip angle, at least I believe it does, of a 1911. They both come with white dot sights, okay? It has the normal Smith & Wesson takedown. It has the ability for an ambidextrous magazine release. The magazines, we will not rack it while this is in, but the magazine is flush fitting with the bottom, and it holds 8. Let me pop a round out here. And I've already got one of the 30, and we will discuss those here in a second. But the reason that this is called the EZ, let's get the 30 one out of the way here. The reason this is called the EZ is because it is extremely easy to rack. The only gun I've ever seen that is as easy to rack as this is the Walther PK380, which I do know a lady that carries one of those. And it's super easy. It has these grooves back here. You could probably see them. So when you grab a hold of it, if you rack it like this, as some inexperienced people do, it gives you something to hold on to. And look at that, that's just easy. I'm not putting any effort on that at all. Now, if you rack it normal, you know, it's pretty simple. The 30 is about the same, right? It's a little bit harder, but not much. It does fit the TLRX. This one does fit also the TLRX sub. I've put that on here as well. As you can see, I do have both of them. So it does have the option for a light. I carry this if I'm going up to the church or something at nighttime, you know, just so I have something in the dark. It's about the only time I really carry it. It was a gift. And it shoots great. It shoots fantastic. For a gun that is similar to a 1911, which I love the 1911, it offers a lot of the features that I like, but it is a whole lot lighter. Almost 20 ounces lighter than if you was to carry a 1911 with the same amount of capacity, depending on 45 or 9. It has the nice texturing. The handle on the 30 is just a tad bit bigger than the 380. You can see a little bit of a difference in the width of the slides and the dimensions, but they are still the overall same width because of the safeties and everything else. But they do shoot fantastic. My wife loves hers. She was never a big shooter before, but she even mentioned the other day that, hey, we need to go back to the gun range. So what is the difference between these calibers? Well, first of all, this is not optics ready. Let me get to that. The sights on the front, you'll notice that this is dovetailed in, and this is posted in, I do believe. They both have the windage sights in the back. but fantastic guns. But let's talk about the ammunition. So this is your 380, right, which is a 9mm short, essentially. And this is, and I might have a 9 up here. I do not. And this is your 30 Super Carry. From what I've seen on YouTube, the ballistics for the 30 Super Carry and the 9mm are pretty much identical, which makes me wonder why. I don't understand the reason for this. Nobody really asked for it that I know of, but I love the round. You know, it shoots very well. I have no problems with it. It is a very good round. And I've put just about everything through it that I can. Now, of course, you know that 380 has been around a long time. And because of 380's length of being around, every brand of ammunition sells a 380 practically. Let's put that to the side. The 30 Super Carry, you can find Federal hollow points, which are what is in here. You can find, I think Winchester makes ball ammunition for practice, and Fiocchi or somebody like that makes it. That's it. There's like 4 types of ammunition you can find. 2 hollow point options and 2 regular options. That is all. So that is one of the problems. This round did not catch on. I have actually seen this gun for sale for under $300. Back at around Black Friday, Christmas time, I saw this on sale for under $300. So that just gives you an idea of how unpopular it is. There's only a handful of guns that were actually made with this caliber, so there's not a demand. Now, just to give you an idea, let's pull out a, this is a 38, 38, so that gives you an idea. It's, it looks long, right, because you're used to having a 38 that's long, but this is the 30 Super Carry and the 38 Special. So that just shows you a size comparison, and of course, you have the 380. You know, total differences, even the diameter of these rounds are different. So it just sort of gives you an idea of the size of the bullet that you're looking at. Make sure I put that back. But overall, these 2 guns are fantastic guns. And so who would I recommend these for? Would I recommend these for the guy that's on duty or the fighting gun? Personally, no. That I wouldn't. You know, get you a Glock 19, get you a 1911. You know, something tried and true. They do make these in 9mm. They make one of these called the Equalizer, which carries 15. It's a little bit extended down here, and it is optics ready. If you're going to get one and you're, you know, going to carry it for a duty weapon or something like that, that is the one I would get. Just for the round capacity with same ergonomics and everything else. But these, in my opinion, are more for those that have weak grip, hence the EZ, right? That's why they're called the EZ. For weak grip that cannot hold, that cannot rack, say, a Glock 19 or a Smith & Wesson Shield regular, or they can't do, you know, commonly for females, and this is not to be stereotypical, but when a man goes and buys a woman a gun, and why do we do that, guys? I don't know. But when we go to buy a gun, it's like, you want the pink one, the purple one, or the turquoise one. We give them the color options, and then we're like, oh, you need an LCP, or you need a little tiny gun, you know, a Lady Smith, which is a great option. That's probably one of the better options in my opinion. You know, you need something like that. But I personally have a hard time racking the LCP, the original. LCP2 is easier because it has the front serrations. And this just gives them, if they're not going to carry it every day, if you want them to have fun shooting where they're not hurting their hands, this is a good option. This is something that if they're not going to carry on their body, it's going to be in their purse. You have the safety here, so you don't have to worry about the trigger getting caught in lipstick or something and going off. Remember, this is empty. It has the manual safety here, which you can get without. You know, and for somebody that's not as experienced as, say, I am or somebody else, this gives them the comfort level of not having to worry about, oh my gosh, I'm carrying a gun and it might go off in my purse and hurt somebody. Because a lot of people have that idea. And you got to think about those types of things. You know, you make sure they get the training. You want them to enjoy shooting it so that if they do have to use it, they're not timid, they're not scared. Of course, this is like, if for us, this is, you know, something happens and I'm not home, my wife knows where this is at, so she can get a hold of it. This shotgun's a little bit too much for her. You know, my home defending handgun is a little bit too much for her. She has a hard time racking it, but this gives her the peace of mind that if I'm not here, she will be safe or have something she can grasp hold of. And sadly, you have to have that nowadays. You know, we're normally together, but sadly, you have to have that nowadays because that is the world we live in. If you live in a major city and your wife carries to work, or your mother, or your elderly grandfather, or if you just have arthritis, you know, because you played Halo too much when you were in your 20s, I have part of that problem. This is a great option for you. As I said, I do carry mine sometimes. I love it. I carry it in an outside the waistband holster. You know, I love it. You know, when I'm not carrying a 38 or my XDS, that's one of my go-tos. I like carrying it, especially in the wintertime and at night, because I have the light on it and I don't have to take the light off if it's uncomfortable during the day. It's just comfortable for me. But these are great options, okay? I would highly recommend this. So let me close with this. If you are a man that wants to get your wife into shooting and you want her to have something that is practical for home defense, not a 22, this is a great option. 380 has low recoil. This is easy to rack. You can get these, the MSRP for the 380. Let's see, I have it right here. The 30 super carry is $519, but I've seen them for $300. The 380 is $459. You could probably find them on sale with rebate for $399. I've seen that at like Rural King and places like that. Fantastic option. And if your wife has to have the colors, they have it in dark purple. They have it in pink. They have it in turquoise. They have it with stainless and black slides. We had a hard time finding those at the time, and my wife wanted to go shoot, so we went all black. You know, she's practical. She knew it wasn't going to be something she's showing off at the barbecue. But this is a great option. I highly recommend it. We've had no failures with it. We had no problems with it. It takes apart easy. You just flip it down just like you would a normal Smith & Wesson. So I hope you enjoy. I am planning on doing some other videos coming up of some other handguns. I've got some other things down the pipe that are coming. I know I haven't posted a video in a while. I encourage you to like and subscribe. That does help with my channel. I'm trying to grow it. I would be posting more videos, but the ministry has just been busy, and you know, Easter's coming up. But I will post more stuff as time allows. If you would like to support the channel, my PayPal and my Venmo are in the channel description, not on the video description, but the channel description. Check out the shorts. We do a scripture a day. I try to do one every day, but I've failed at that here recently due to just the busyness of the schedule. But I hope you enjoy this. Check these out. They are fantastic firearms. Highly recommend them. It's a Smith & Wesson, right? I mean, you can't go wrong with a Smith & Wesson. I've never had any problems with one. A great option for a new shooter, a great option for a weak-handed shooter. You won't be disappointed. You guys have a great day. God bless each and every one of you. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys next time.